Hi everyone, just to let you know of a little problem we've had with the Rover 75 recently. Now, you may remember seeing our video when we replaced the clutch master cylinder, and everything was fine after that. But a month or so after, one of the things I noticed was that the heater fan just wasn't working anymore. Now, it had been working fine up until that point when I noticed, and there was a little bit of a problem in diagnosing the actual issue, because one of the things that would have helped was having a working multimeter, which I didn't have. So I had to go through a number of steps. So one of the things I found looking for the problem with the 75 when the AC fan problem was that there was a lot of conflicting information. Now, as it turns out, there's a number of things that can cause this, especially when you've got the climate control system like I have. Now, the first thing to check is the relays under the bonnet, because there's two yellow relays. One of them's for the air conditioning unit, the other one is for the reheated windscreen. And if you swap these over and the fan works, then it's the relay that's the problem. So under the bonnet, a good place to start with diagnostics is swapping these two relays over. One's for the rear demist, and the other one is for the aircon. So if the fan doesn't come back on, rear demist still works, then obviously the two relays are okay. Next place to look is actually in the fuses. So it's actually this fuse here. Let's check that one. If those are all okay, then we move on to the inside. The fuses you need to check in the glove box include all the 5 amp ones, apparently. There's also a couple more that are directly related to the air conditioning unit and actually labelled as that, but the 5 amp ones all need checking. If the fan still doesn't work, then you're looking at another problem. The easiest one to replace, and is actually the cheapest one for me, was the control unit. So you give the control unit a swap with a known working one. If those are all okay, then you're looking at either this or the fan itself. Now, this particular thing is often referred to as a resistor pack. Now, make sure you get the one that looks like this. If you get the other resistor pack, that's for the one with the manual controls. But this has been noted as, on certainly the Rover forums, has been incorrectly listed as a resistor pack. Now, I'm going to show you. First of all, I'm going to show you where it's located. On the UK cars, it's in the passenger footwell. On left-hand drive cars, it's in your driver's side footwell. And it's towards the back, underneath. If it's the fan that's the problem, that's the other side. But this is actually in the footwell towards the back. As I mentioned, this is often referred to as a resistor pack online, and it turns out it is a resistor system. It's been mentioned in some of the Rover forums that it's not, and I'll show you why that's wrong right now. So there's debate about this as to whether it is a resistor pack or not, and as you can see there's 3 resistors and a capacitor, and then these 3 connectors here. So let's take those 2 screws off and see what's underneath. Well, with a little bit of prizing, you can see underneath there is this. As it turned out, what was underneath was a MOSFET transistor. Certainly not a diode, which many places actually think is in here. And my personal belief is, because this is effectively transferring heat, That's probably the component that's failed. Hopefully, you'll never have to actually go through this, but as these cars age, the chances are this is going to fail. Or it's going to be the fan itself. Now, if it's the fan itself, that's the opposite side. Hopefully you don't ever end up in that position, but these things happen. Luckily for me, it wasn't the fan, it was the resistor pack. And if anyone tells you that it's not a resistor pack, you've just seen it is. The net result of everything is that. The sound of a fan working again. Now all I need to do is get rid of my warning lights. Feel free to comment if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you know what to do. Leave us a comment, tell us what you think, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Stay safe. Bye for now.